How has camp been for you since you did win this title all the way back in July?
More money in my bank account, and more people recognize more me in the streets. But inside of my house, nothing changed. My wife keeping me put to wash the dishes, and I'm very glad to have a wife like her.
So you haven't been like, honey, I'm the champion, I don't have to wash dishes anymore?
Nah, yeah, I think that's gonna work, but no with my wife. But that's good because I'm staying with my feet on the ground. And I have some history about that. About the Emperor Julius Caesar. I hear that sometime. I don't know if it's true or not, but when he walk on the street and people try to him like a god, he have one guy in your shoulder say, "You're just a man. You're just a man. You're just a man." And I think my wife is that guy. And I'm stay with my feet on the ground, work a lot to keep this belt with me.
Then after your last win, I think a lot of people just assumed it would be Brandon Royval would be your first title defense based on his performances. Were you under the impression that your first fight would be against him, another rematch?
I'm fight with all division. And I know if I won Royval, certainly maybe my next fight is gonna be a rematch again. And Royval really deserved fight for the belt after he lose for me. He make 3 victories in a row. He lost 2 fighters, 2 finish in the first round, 2 bonus, and that make me very excited, because I like to make bonus too. I make it like to fun fight, and I fight with him last pay-per-view of the year, last show. I make sure I'm gonna take all the lights for that fight.
He said he's predicting a fight of the night just because of your styles. Are you expecting the same thing?
Same thing, and I respect Royval's style, very aggressive, good in the ground. Same I have, In that night, gonna win who want more, and I want a lot.
How have you seen him progress, and how has his skill set changed since the first time you guys fought?
He's very young, When I beat him, I said this for him, you're very young, you can grow up in this sport, But I still learn too, I'm from America top team, and when I backed off my vacation after the win the belt, all the gym beat me, And I understand you need to prove you are the champ all the time, I'm a champion July 8th, and I need to prove against December 16th.
Do you think he's a tougher matchup than Brandon Moreno?
I don't know. Now I fight with the Prime Moreno. Now I fight with the Royval Prime, and I'm very happy to be a champ and fight with the guys with this high level. I know Royval can beat Moreno, and Moreno can beat him. That's division. All fight is good. You can take the number 15. He can beat the number 1. I love to be a part of this division. One of the more fun fights to watch.
And then last one for me. After your last win, when you won the title, there was your post-fight speech in the octagon about your father and everything. I'm curious, have fans reached out to you after that, and with similar experiences, and now they can relate to you?
Yeah, I think everybody grow up in 90s like me, have this situation in his life, and a lot of people connect with my history, and that's nice in that point. But I have 33 right now, and I keep learning with myself. I keep growing, like a man, like a father, and sometimes in that speech, I'm speaking with my heart. I thinking about say it, but I talk with my wife. Hey, I'm gonna say something about my heart. I don't want put anything in my mind to talking about the fight after the fight, and I talk about my mom, how much he worked to give me that opportunity. I talk about my wife and my kids, and something come up to my inside my heart and talking about something about my father, and a lot of people connect with the history, But I don't want to be that guy judges my father, He have his thinking in his mind, And like I say, I'm still grow up. I'm still learning with my history, my mistakes, And that's it.
Alex, over here. Brandon's a guy that can get kind of wild. We've seen in his fights, like sometimes he gets his opponents to kind of, try to capitalize on a mistake, and then they get sucked into something dangerous. So when you're in there, do you have to be really careful, do you feel like, not to get in some sort of wild exchanges with him, or do you think you can just beat him regardless of how that tempo goes?
When you fight, when you go to octagon, it's 50-50. It's only about you and your opponent. I think that's the beautiful thing in MMA. I know how good Royval is. I'm fighting with him, and make a very good grappling. He's very good grappling. In the first round, everybody can watch a high level grappling with me and him. And when I go to octagon, I don't want to make mistakes. I'm very aggressive, and I train too much. All my life, I train in jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai. When I'm very young, my master, Muay Thai master, bring me to a lot of gyms, and I fight with everybody in these gyms, for 100 times. And this make me very prepared and ready to this moment I live right now. Doesn't matter who go to another corner of the octagon, I'm ready to fight. All the time. If you watch me, my fights is live or die for me.
Now that you're sitting atop the division with that belt, looking at the rest of the division, there's a fight coming up, Brandon Moreno and Albazi. I'm assuming that will probably be your next challenger should you get through Saturday. So I guess what do you think of that fight being booked and kind of those two guys?
Almir Albazi is a very good fighter. He have a lot of attention right now. And that's very interesting because he's going to fight with Moreno in Mexico. And that's a good motivation for Moreno, Moreno is a real good fighter. When I fight with him, I fight with a different guy. But maybe this guy can fight for the belt again, like 6 times in a row, that's crazy. But he make to deserve that, He make a lot of good history in all the flyweights. And you have Almir Albazi too. He's a very good fighter. It's very different style. And but right now, my focus is in Brandon Royval, Saturday, December 16. I'm going to put a very good show for everyone watching.
Alex over here. Last time out, you were kind of the villain going into Fight Week because Brandon Moreno had all of the fan support in Vegas. How do you see it this time around?
I think he's going to make it the same, Royval is from America, from U.S., and maybe all the crowd with him again. But I think now I have some respect to everybody, how I fight. People watch more my fights, and know about more history, how much sacrifice I do to this moment right now. I have 33. I'm starting to fight when I have 17 years, and very big journey. I win a lot of belts in my career. I go to the tough. I fight with everybody in this division, and I just want to respect.
Obviously, like you said, you had a big journey. Your road and story to the top is very inspiring. Given all of that, if you could give one piece of advice to someone who may be struggling somewhere in some point of their life, what would you say?
I keep it going, I like to say all the time, look to your home, look to your house. You're going to see people who much want to care about you, that's a real thing in your life, 2 years when I fight to Royval, I have an injury in my knee. And I spent 8 months without my family. And then I bring his back to the U.S., to Florida. And I spend a lot of money. In this moment, when I want to fight to Royval, I work for Uber. I have my ACL. And I do everything for my family, And in this moment, when I fight with Royval, I have very strong mind. This helped me. I think if you have if you look inside your home, you're gonna understand all the answers, And
you mentioned there that last time out with Royval, you were doing a bit of Ubering and stuff. Did it feel kind of weird knowing that you're one of the top athletes in the world, especially in this sport, and you still had to do Uber and stuff to?
No, I love fight for the UFC. For me, UFC pay very well. He changed my life. People need to understand when I do a Uber because I bring my family back to America. I make a down payment for my house. I make my green card, and in that moment I spend a lot of money. but I'm not changing anything because I spent 8 months without my family. That's the real sacrifice about my history, Don't have my kids and my wife together, Work for Uber and the training. In my gym right now, Brandon, you have a lot of good fighters. After the training, you go to the work, That's the life, That's the real life, I think that's the real thing people need to put in the media, No shit about the family, the Hungarian thing. I'm very sad about that, People try to get some likes with their history, I think people need to put more something good things for everybody to watch, about how you work, about you want to take care about your family.
Awesome. Thank you.
Alexandre, back here.
I see you, man.
Sir, you on a 4-fight win streak, you win the title, the confidence is at an all-time high, and does it give you an extra edge of confidence that during this 4-fight win streak you already beat Brandon?
Like I say, bro, when you fight is 50-50, maybe my motivation is about if somebody beat me, I'm going to train a lot to beat you again, and that's make me train real more, I don't feel relaxed with this time, Like I say, when you go to Octagon, it's 50-50. We need to be alert all the time. Brandon Royval is a very good fighter. I respect him, all the history he have. And he's very young, very athlete, good grappling, good and the strike too. He beaten a lot of good guys, Kaikara France, Matt Chinel, Matheus Nicolau. He's going to be a very good fight for both.
And last thing for me is, have the last months felt like you expected? It's such a big thing to get to the world title. Has it lived up to the expectations now being champion?
I say all the time when I go sleep, I say thank you, God, for everything you give to me, live this life, beat this person, go to the octagon and make all my friends, my parents happy. That's a lot for me, I'm living like I don't say a dream because I don't like to dream too much, I like to live all day by day, I'm work a lot to live that, But I feel very glad to be this personal, go to the fight and everybody watch and make people happy.
Thank you.
Okay.
Alexandre, you've obviously been on a great win streak and you've beaten many of the top names at flyweight already. What keeps pushing you in the gym to stay in front of the rest of the contenders after you've already beaten them before?
You have two guys right here in the phones, wrote his phones. He pushed me a lot in the gym. My coach, Pahum Macarrão, and he put me a lot of pressure, like a diamond, you need the pressure to shine. And my victories always come from America Top Team. Not just my coach, but my training partners. Everybody in the gym after my vacation beat me, everybody. And you need to be good training, Like what I try to say, like I'm champion July 8, and I need to prove one more time I'm champion July 16, That's it. You have good people on your side, and you need to understand who is your family and who your job, And I understand these two gentlemen right here is my family, and I'm very glad to have these guys in my life.
Competitively, are you hoping Amir Albazi beats Moreno so you can maybe have somebody new in the picture?
I don't think about that. In my division, you have very good fighters. You can take, like I say, you can take number 10 with number 1, and he can win. Very close fighters, very good fighters, good in striking, cardio. I love to watch flyweight division. Very fun, very entertainment fights. And I don't make wishes, who deserve gonna fight with me. I have a very tough opponent Saturday, and if God bless me and I win this fight, I pray to God to win, because God just give to you what you wish, and that's what I wish. I wish Saturday night keep this belt with me.
Final question. Sometimes when people become champions, the walkouts become bigger, you do things more extravagant. Do you have anything special planned for your first walkout as champion?
Nothing special, bro. I'm keeping my feet on the ground, like I told you and everybody here. My wife is very tough. After this fight, maybe I need to go make good things just with my family, you know, maybe some vacation together, you know. I think that's the word people need to understand about maybe my history, you know. Family guy, humble guy, just work. You're never gonna see some bullshit about me, and I don't like trash talking. If you pay to watch my fights, you know, you not pay to see my life, you know. I'm not a reality show. I'm a fighter, and I make sure every time I go to Octagon, I'm gonna make a big show, and I make sure I'm valuing all the coins, you know.